Convicted murderer Rameez Patel will be sentenced in mid-December in the High Court in Polokwane. This after his 250,000 rand bail has been revoked. This follows Tuesday's guilty verdict for the murder of his first wife, Fatima Patel, in April 2015. Patel's defense team failed in its bid to have bail reinstated. The court ruled that it would not be in the best interest of justice to extend his bail while sentencing is being finalized. Rameez Patel has been found guilty of the gruesome murder of his wife Fatima Patel, who was found dead at Nirvana in April 2015. The murder trial has been ongoing in the Polokwane High Court for 9 years. The defense moved to argue that Patel is the sole proprietor of his business, and as such, bail needed to be extended before a sentence could be imposed in order for the businessman to put his affairs in order. Now, to talk about this case that has been going on for so many years, we're joined by our reporter, Katlego Nyoni. Katlego, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. How the murder unfolded is quite bizarre. Take us through what the court heard about that.
Certainly, good evening, Oliver, and to our viewers as well. Let's rewind back to Tuesday when this matter then resumed following a postponement in June after closing arguments were finalized between the state as well as the defense. We saw now an interesting scenario where Judge Joseph Rowling decided to read that lengthy judgment, where he also indicated that it is essentially not in the best interest of justice, of course, quoting the recent developments with South Africa's treatment towards GBV, President Ramaphosa having declared gender-based violence as a national disaster. Then the judge then opted to move that direction. The defense was not expecting that the judge would have been complete with his judgment and that there would be another postponement. As we have seen in the past, this matter has been postponed countless times. And the judge really pointed out that Rameez Patel was also responsible for the many interferences in the case because he has changed his own defense numerous times. That has led to further delays. There was the COVID-19 pandemic, of course. You'd remember that Fatima Patel was found dead at their family home. This is his first wife back in April 2015. Now, 2 months following that discovery of her body, Patel was then granted bail of 250,000 in something that caused quite a lot of uproar, especially amongst, women organizations and GBV organizations that stand against GBV. Fast forward to now, he now finds himself being convicted. Now, what happens to his bail after the judge delivered his judgment? The bail was initially revoked for 24 hours, allowing for a space for today whereby both the defense as well as the state we're going to make that application to have this bail remain intact, the bail conditions remain intact before the imposition of a sentence. However, Judge Joseph Rowling further added that the justice system is simply it's something that really means right now a lot to him, and that he is not going to allow Patel to be granted bail. Hence, he is now incarcerated, waiting for a sentencing procedure that's going to take place on the 17th and the 18th of December. Oliver?
Let's go back 9 years when Fatima Patel was murdered. What does the court know about how she was murdered? And of course, Rameez said he did not murder her. What was his account of what happened?
The judge certainly made sort of sense of that entire post-mortem that was delivered and during testimony by a state doctor, who then pointed out the cause of death. It was blunt force trauma, according to this doctor, Dr. Mama Shela with the Limpopo Department of Health. That blunt force trauma to the head was a direct result of death in this Fatima Patel murder, as well as that the victim died following a struggle, and there were signs of struggle all over the body of Fatima Patel. And one can look at the fact that the post-mortem went further to expose that there was sort of a strangulation as a secondary cause of a death that also saw Fatima Patel losing her life back in April 2015. Now, both the defense and the state did not counter the discoveries in the post-mortem analysis by Dr. Mama Shela. And later on, the judge went further to say that on the day in question, Patel did not provide a truthful account of his whereabouts, painting him as a pathological liar. Hence, we saw the judge swinging towards the state in this instance, saying that Rameez Patel failed to provide accurate information about his whereabouts, and also he lied about the fact that he still owns a gun. One of the charges that he's found guilty on is unlawful possession of firearm and ammunition, as testified by two other witnesses, including his brother as well as the helper. What nailed his fate to the coffin was a testimony by his brother, Rameez Patel, who testified that Patel confessed to him to having killed Fatima Patel. Razin went further to say that he told his his father and mother, Mahajin Banu Patel. Now, the two also, the parents, were shot and killed suspiciously. Patel could not be linked. There was not enough evidence. However, that sealed his fate. Oliver?
Yeah, we're going to have to leave it there. Katlego, thank you so much for that. Really do appreciate that report. Katlego Nyoni talking to us there about the murder conviction of Rameez Patel.